Happy Wednesday. I hope your Wednesday's going fantastic. You know what? Summer is over. How can I declare such a thing? Well, you know what? I was at Costco this past weekend. Costco already has their Christmas items up. That tells me summer is over. Hey, we're coming up on holiday weekend this week. Hope you're bringing out your August with a bang. Hope everything's going well for you and yours. But hey, what are you watching here? This is the Imperfect Action live stream. Thank you for stopping by. Hey, who am I? I am Rob Fenstermaker, former corporate burnout survivor turned kingdom builder. Your kingdom builder. I want to see you live your best life. I want to see you get out of the rut. I want to see you take action, get clarity on what it is you want to accomplish. And we need to have that conversation. If you feel you're stuck in the rut, let's have that conversation. And so you can start taking action. You start living your dream life. I appreciate you stopping by. And you know what I wanted to talk about today? I don't have a guest today. Usually I have a guest, but I don't have a guest today. I just kind of want to talk about 5-point leadership. Something I kind of came up with. This idea that, if we want to be leaders, we have to be leaders in all aspects of everything. And I kind of came up with this 5-point idea of ways that we can really enhance our leadership to be better in what it is we want to accomplish, be better in who we are, and be a more influential leader where we really create that momentum and lead people to where they want to go. Because you know what? You got to know who you're leading. If you don't know who you're leading, then you're just out for a Sunday stroll. So you really got to understand, what kind of leader you are, how you can take people on that journey with you. And that's what's powerful about leadership. And that's what I really want to see people do, is become that leader that they really know that's within them. But sometimes it just takes somebody to help you along. But there's 5 things to me that are very important about leadership. And when we embrace those and do that in a holistic way to really become that person we want to be, it takes our leadership to another level. The first thing that I think is powerful in a leader is the idea of curiosity. As leaders, we have to be curious. We have to be curious because, one, we don't have all the answers. And we have to build that team around us to help us take it to that next level, empower us to get those right answers. Don't surround yourself with a bunch of yes men. Seek those new perspectives. Seek those new perspectives of what your team can provide you, of what they can do to make you better, to take that next action step and becoming the leader you're ready to be. And that's what's powerful, because it helps you to embrace learning. It helps you to understand what those things are you can accomplish when you embrace your team. Like I say, teamwork is dream work. And a good leader relies on his or her team to take them to that next level. How do they do that? They ask those insightful questions of their team each and every day, each and every opportunity they have. They ask them those deep questions, those open-ended questions, those questions that force them to go deep within themselves to figure out what it is, ways that they can serve the team. And the best teams have a bunch of leaders within them. And that's when you ask those questions, that's when the leadership in your team really starts to bubble up. And you see the leaders that are most powerful within your team and can take your team to that next level as you lead them on that journey. And that's what's important. You got to be there and lead them on that journey, because someone's got to make the decision. And as a leader, that needs to be you. And you know what? The thing we have to also adapt to change. There's one certainty in life, is that change is going to happen. And how you embrace change speaks to your ability to be a leader, speaks to, your leadership ability. Don't get flustered with change, embrace it. Don't just do change for the sake of doing change. If you're going to change something about your team, have a mission around that as to why you need to do that. Maybe the questions you've asked to give you an epiphany of another direction you need to take your team in. And that's when change can happen. Do it in a way that honors your team, but also explains why this change needs to happen, why it needs to happen, because that's what's important. You want to take your team to that next level. You want to be the type of leader that elevates the team, that gets them to focus within themselves and to be the best version who they can be. That's what winning leadership is about. You're a winning leader. You have it within you to take your team to that next level. Another point about leadership is resilience. Leaders that are winning leaders, they're resilient. We're all going to have setbacks in life. We're all going to have those moments of failure, those moments from which things didn't go as we planned. But how do you respond to that? How do you respond to those moments in which life didn't happen the way you wanted it to? You had a plan, it didn't work out, but you know what? You still have that plan. That plan is kind of a guidebook to kind of keep you between the guardrails. That's what's important about being resilient, how you're going to bounce back from that setback. And whatever you've created, fall back on that. Um, don't allow yourself to get flustered with pressure. As leaders, we're going to be under pressure. That's a given. You're going to be under pressure. But the strong leaders, the winning leaders, have that foundation in which they don't allow themselves to get flustered. They don't allow themselves to lose focus because something had happened, didn't go as planned. Maintain that focus. I'd say keep your main thing as your main thing. Know what your main thing is and focus on whatever that main thing is. Something else we need to do as leaders when those things happen, don't get down on the team. Don't get down on the team. Don't get down on yourself. Maintain some optimism about what you're trying to accomplish, the direction you're going. Don't be Pollyanna about it. Be realistic about it, but maintain that optimism. People want to be around leaders that have that can-do attitude. They're optimistic that, hey, we may have not accomplished it this time, but we're going to get it done. We're going to reassess what we need to do so the next time we can win. The next time we can accomplish what it is we need to do. They persevere through the adversity. They persevere through the adversity because as a leader, you're going to face adversity. It's been said that leadership is a lonely place. You're on that pedestal and you're setting yourself out there. You're kind of in the spotlight. And the adversity has to go through you. As a leader, the term the buck stops with me, it stops with you as the leader. Everything's got to go through you on that team. So how you deal with the adversity is what inspires others. When a team wants their leader to be confident. And when you deal with adversity in a positive way and you don't get flustered, that inspires the team. That inspires those you lead, that they see you as that winning leader. They see you as somebody who can make a difference. They see you as somebody they want to run through that brick wall for because you inspire them to do those things that maybe they didn't realize they had it within them. But as a leader, you see it within them, you pull it out, and you get them to be the best version of who they can be. And as a leader, that is what's important. That's what's important for you to lead your team in an effective way. One of the things I think is most important to any leader is integrity. Integrity is so valuable, so important. What you can take years to build up of integrity can be gone in an instant if you're not careful. You have to protect it with everything you have. And how do we do that? You know what? We hold ourselves accountable. And sometimes it's hard to hold ourselves accountable, but we need those people in our lives, not yes men, but those people they're going to call BS when they see us doing something that violates the integrity we claim to have. I've had those people in my life, and I served other people in that same way. And it keeps you accountable for what you say. Mean what you say and say what you mean and follow through with your actions. That is integrity. That's what leaders of integrity do. They say something, they follow through on it. And they do it in an ethical way. They make those ethical decisions that not only serve the team, they serve themselves, they serve everybody. They don't violate their ethics. They know what their ethics are, and they make decisions around that. Their ethics are their foundation. They know those truths in their life. They know exactly what it is they want to accomplish. And that's what's important about making ethical decisions, because when we create those ethical decisions, when we do them, when we have that solid foundation, everything we do has to rest on that foundation. So make those decisions that speak to your integrity, speak to that foundation, and be transparent in your communication. Don't, be vague, be very clear and be very transparent. Maybe make yourself a little vulnerable within that transparency, because as leaders, people can appreciate the transparency that we have. Like they can appreciate what it is we want to do. And that transparent communication speaks to what it is we want to accomplish as we uphold those commitments. If we say we're going to do something, we need to follow through. That's integrity. Follow through on what it is you say you're going to accomplish. Uphold those commitments. If you're going to commit to something, do it. Give it a time frame. Put that stake in the ground and say it's going to be done by this date. Follow through. When you do that and continue to do that and continue to do that, people will understand you as a leader of integrity. And they will resonate deeply with that. Another thing that a leader does is they go through personal development. Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than on business. And that is very true. Work harder on yourself. Understand what it is you want to do. Invest in that self-growth. Invest in a way that speaks to what it is you want to accomplish. Invest in hiring a coach. Invest in those books. Invest in those courses. Invest, because you're going to get a return of action, a return on your investment. You're also going to get action as you spend your time in that. And the return on your investment can be tenfold. Another part that's important to me of personal development is you got to seek feedback. You got to seek feedback for what it is you're doing. And don't be afraid of the answers. Don't surround yourself with those people that just want to say yes, yes, yes. Surround yourself with those people that I like to call truth tellers. Put those truth tellers in your life and ask them those questions of what it is they think about your abilities, what it is they see within you, and listen actively, listen with intention, listen without passing judgment, because they see you maybe in a much different way than you see yourself and how it impacts them. You've got to be willing to listen to that. And as you listen to the feedback you're getting from others, set those personal goals. Set those goals in a way that they stretch yourself. One problem I see with a lot of people's goals is that they make them so easy. What have they really accomplished? A goal needs to be something that takes you to another level. If your goals don't scare you, you know what? You probably need to make them bigger. Those goals that you have need to stretch you. And along the way of trying to accomplish a goal, create milestones. Just because the milestones keep you focused on what it is you want to accomplish. Figure out what that milestone is. When I get to this point is goal aspiration, figure out what it is. Maybe you go to dinner with some loved ones. Maybe you go to the store and buy yourself a shirt. Whatever it is, define it. When you cross the milestone, but celebrate. And that celebration is what keeps you focused, keeps you clear on achieving that larger goal. You also know your strengths and your weaknesses. We all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, and balance is out. One of the things that's frustrated me during my time in corporate, maybe some of you can relate this, is you go into your year-end review, you know what your strengths are. In your review, yeah, they maybe address those strengths. They more focused on your weaknesses. And it just drove me nuts. Drove me crazy. Why can't you take my strengths and apply those to the team? Maybe someone else on the team, maybe they're strong in my area this week, and let's kind of create this team symmetry where we serve each other. The snake in me would say, well, that's just, their way of, maybe keeping your yearly increase down because they want to focus more on the weaknesses. And, we all have weaknesses. And yes, I'm saying ignore your weaknesses, but understand your strengths, how you can leverage your strengths to make your weaknesses better. And prioritize your well-being. We only got this one body, so take care of it. Prioritize that well-being. Get into some type of exercise routine. You don't need to go to the gym and crush it, but you have some type of daily movement. Going for a walk, regular walks throughout the day. Just some type of movement. Ride your bike, swimming, whatever it may be. Create that daily movement in your life that helps you and your well-being. And lastly, I think is most important to a leader is create that life balance. Just to create it. Prioritize, excuse me, prioritize your time effectively. You understand that life is short and we only got so much time. The one gift that we have in life that we're never going to get back is time. That's our most valuable asset because once time is gone, it's gone forever. There's no getting time back. You can lose all your money and get it back. You can lose your house and get it back. You can even lose your life and get that back. Once you lose time, it's gone forever. So prioritize your time effectively and efficiently. Do it in a way that speaks to what's important to you in your life. Because you do that, it helps you to avoid burnout. And we've all been in that burnout stage. I'm a former corporate burnout survivor. I know what burnout is like. I've been there, done that. I have the scars to prove it. And we all can get it. We've all had those moments of burnout. But using your time wisely and efficiently helps you to avoid that burnout. It also helps you to maintain perspective. It helps you to maintain that perspective of what's important in your life, those things that are, most important. And we all know what's important in our life: family, friends, relationships. Yes, we have a work life. We have to have an appreciation for our work life. We have to honor what work is. Work is a means to an end in a lot of ways. But we were put on this earth to work. It's as simple as that. We were put on this life to work. And finding that work that serves you and empowers you, that's what a lot of people are really looking for. That they're just trying to go on this journey to create, maybe I can find that work that just feeds me in a powerful way. And that's how I love to serve people. I love to help them get clarity around what it is they want to do, help them to build that clarity as we create that foundation so they can take that step as they build clarity around what it is they want to accomplish. And then it creates this work life culture where we have work, but we also have life outside of work. We were not meant to work nonstop. We have to have time away. We have to have time to wind down. If you're a student of the Bible, which I am, it says we're to work 6 days and rest on the seventh. Find that time for you to have that time to just shut it down. Your body needs rest. If you don't give it the rest, it eventually is going to demand it. So, but create that balance within your life. So, those are just some thoughts I had. I just call it the 5-point leadership. And I would love to have a conversation with you if it's something that you really want to explore. Maybe you're lacking some clarity on what it is you want to do. Hey, let's go ahead and schedule that call, and you and we can have that conversation because I would love to see you take action on what it is you want to accomplish as you live that life you thought was not possible. You thought it was just a dream, but dreams without action are just wishes. I want to see people take their dreams, put them into action, and make them their reality. That's why we have those dreams. It's to inspire us to live our life in a new way, to live our life differently. And I know you have it within you. I know you have that dream you need to activate. I would love to have that conversation with you and share with you how working with me and investing your time in working with me can take you to that next level as you become that person who lives their reality, who takes their dream, makes it their reality, and lives that life they thought was possible. So just some thoughts I had today on this Imperfect Action live stream. I do this every Wednesday. Sometimes I have guests. Sometimes I just come on and just have a little chat with you. But I appreciate you stopping by. I would love the opportunity to have that conversation with you and see you start living that life of imperfect action. Because you know what? There's no such thing as the perfect time. Perfect time doesn't exist. If you think you need the perfect time to start doing something with your dreams, you're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting. I believe that the only time to act is now. Take that imperfect action and find out what it is you can accomplish. Find out what it is you can do because you are unique. We were all created uniquely. We all have that unique calling in our lives of things we want to accomplish. And I know you want to take your uniqueness, that unique dream that exists within you, and take it to another level. So, hope you enjoyed this. Again, thank you for stopping by. Hey, let's go ahead and make this an extraordinarily bold day, and I will talk to you soon. Peace out.